130 to 140 vaccinations given this first round for our staff. Last week, we actually did most of the classified, and that was on Thursday. And then tomorrow will be mostly certified and cooks. We do have 80 scheduled for tomorrow, so it's going to be a very busy day tomorrow.
All right.
Thank you. And Ms. Lindsay, you want to stay on? I know it's in our packet. You talk about, oh, you're going to talk about it later in discussion items. I'll see that on the OCR report. We'll come back to that later. I'll see that now. Pretty much that's all I have for comments for right now. And there's more as we go on. We have a lot of information going on today.
All right.
That's pretty good. That's a pretty good amount, I think, to get the, especially when there's not a lot of data on the vaccine. That's pretty good that took it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yes.
Good. It's good.
That's actually more than what took it where I work. So,
so Mr. Burrow, I think the next is you have consider approval of election of Board of Education Chairman.
Yes, each year at this time, the board has to elect a chair, a vice chair, treasurer, and secretary. We're going to go one at a time. Basically, if there's any board chair, a board member that wants to nominate or will nominate himself to be a chairman, this is the time to do it. But we need to, y'all need to vote on the chair, vice chair, and the secretary and treasurer.
All right, y'all heard. Have someone
And
want
Wendell, has Wendell been the chair?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Someone want to make some comments or anything, or
Are you willing to continue doing it?
yeah, if y'all want me, I am.
I feel like if you know the job and willing to do the job,
Still learning.
we all are, right?
Right. Is that a form of a motion or?
Anybody else got any comment?
Yeah, any comments?
There's a nomination on the floor. Somebody needs to make a motion for Mr. Miller to be chairperson, and then we'll need a second.
I will make the motion.
All right, thank you. Second? Hello? Yeah. Do we have a second?
Yeah, I'll second it.
All right, thank you. Have a second. All right. All those in favor say yes. Oh, wait, do we need, I can't see anyone, so I don't know. Mr. Burr, how we need to do this? A lot of times I'll see them on here, but you're the only one I see.
They have to say yes in their last name,
Okay, all righty.
or no in the last name, either one.
Yes, either way. Yeah.
Yes, McMahon.
Yes, all righty. Yes, all righty. Do we have a second? We only have so many people can vote. Yeah, I mean, and can.
There was a second, Mr. Miller.
Oh, I'm sorry.
It's a yes or no.
no, Bumpus.
Okay. Next. Gunnerman.
Thank you. Yes, Gunnerman.
Alrighty. Thank you. Alrighty. See, I guess, Mr. Howard?
Yes.
All right. Thank you. And, let's see.
That, I mean, that, unless you say no, it'll be 4-1.
Oh, okay. All right. 4-1. Alrighty. Guess that,
Congratulations.
yeah,
Congratulations.
sure.
But the next one will be the same thing as the last time. We need a nomination for vice chair.
I nominate John Howard.
I second.
Okay. Time to vote. I'll put my votes as, yes.
Yes, Gunnerman.
Gunnerman, yes. Okay.
Yes.
Bumpus,
All right.
yes.
Alrighty.
Yes, McMahon.
Alrighty. I think that's a 5-0. Alrighty.
Congratulations, Mr. Howard. The next, the board will be nominating the treasurer, most likely always is a district finance officer. So that would, and the board would have to nominate David Stokes as the treasurer.
Make a motion to nominate David Stokes.
All right, Ms. Bumpus. And a second, Mr. Howard. All right, Mr. Howard. All signify by saying yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes. I guess that's 5-0. All righty. And the next one would be consider consider approval of the election of McLean County Board Education chairperson secretary, and I think that's supposed to be the superintendent normally.
Nominate Tommy Burrow.
All righty.
Second.
Second. All righty. All in favor say yes. I'm saying yes.
Yes.
All righty.
Thank you.
I think we got everyone. Huh?
Congratulations, Tommy. You're it.
Yeah, just keep the minutes going, huh?
Yeah. All right. Now we'll pass through that. Let's see. I got to pull my paper up here. Consider approval of election. No, we've already done that too. Let's see. Now our individual items. I think, isn't that back on you, Mr. Burrow?
Yes. The next one will be the minutes from the special call meeting on December 17th. You have them in your packet.
I've already looked over mine, so I'm ready whenever everybody else is.
All right. So am I.
Yes.
Okay, that's good. And the new ones, if y'all want to look over it just a moment, go ahead and look over it.
I'm good with it.
All right. You okay with it, Ms. Gunnerman?
Oh, yes. I'm sorry. Yes.
All righty.
Then I will recommend to approve the December 17th special call board meeting minutes.
All right. Recommendation been made. Do I hear a motion?
Motion.
Thank
Second.
you. Ms. Bumpus, Mr. Howard, thank you. All right. All in favor say yes.
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 Opposed, no. Okay, 5-0 on that. Thank you. Now, I guess, Mr. Burrell, it's the Consider approval of the trustee award of Brandon B. Young and John B. and Browning Young Memorial Fund Scholarship.
This has got a couple things on it. It's got accompanied with the resolution and consent for change of trustee. I have our board attorney, Mr. Quisenberry, on, and we've been having meetings. This trust is with Owensboro and Davis County and diocese and McLean County's kids. So Mr. Quisenberry has been kind of leading the charges with attorneys, and we all had meetings with Mr. Stoke, who's basically done a phenomenal job with their finance directors, and he was the lead charge of getting all the information, the bids out. So I'll let Mr. Quisenberry share the information that's come about with the trust.
Thank you, Ms. Burrow. I'm assuming you can see me.
Yes.
Yes.
Nope. But that's fine. I hear you.
And you all need to pat David on the back for the really great work he's been doing on this project. But you remember you voted to issue requests for proposals on the John B. and Brownie Young Trust. This trust funds a large amount of money every year into our kids and scholarships. We started this process when BB&T requested a increase in their trustee fee, and we got to looking at it very carefully and felt that we were being overcharged. Number one, so we talked to them somewhat, and then as a group, and the group being the Davis County system, the Owensboro Public School system, and the Catholic Diocese, all agreed unanimously back before Christmas to issue this request for proposals. The request for proposals went out, and they went out to all of the institutions in the area, anybody that could conceivably, I think, administer this trust. And Tommy, did they have the tally sheets?
Yes.
Mhm.
Yes.
The
It's the back page of the consent and the resolution. They have the tally sheet on the back of it.
there were 5 people that submitted requests for responses: Independence Bank, Old National Bank, BB&T, German American, and Hilliard and Lyons. And Katie, this reminds me, you probably need to consider abstaining.
I'm fine. I'm good.
Okay.
I don't have any conflict.
Okay. They all 5 submitted requests for proposals, and the finance officers from the districts with David in the lead tabulated them, and you can see their results. And basically, as a bottom line, the Independence Bank proposal was significantly cheaper as far as the trustee fees. It was over $20,000, or about $20,000 cheaper than Old National Bank, and more than that, 30 odd from BB&T. And I might note it's about $45,000 cheaper than what we paid BB&T last year. So there's a significant savings, and that savings is going to go straight into scholarships for the kids. Assuming you approve the proposal. The proposal looked at other aspects other than fees, and just going straight to the bottom line, Independence Bank has 3 different employees that have worked with BB&T or its predecessors in administering this actual trust. They probably, given the fact that BB&T has terminated its most recent trust officer, Andrea, that worked with this trust, and the prior trust officer, Deborah Brainey, retired a year or so ago. Independence Bank probably has far more experience administering this trust than even BB&T at this point, as far as people on the ground. They've made this proposal and they've locked in their rate for 10 years. We note that Davis County has adopted this proposal. Owensboro, I think, will do so either as we speak or Thursday night. I'm not sure when it's on their agenda. And the Catholic Diocese has told us orally that they have accepted the proposal. If the proposal is accepted, then the next step is to remove BB&T as the trustee and substitute Independence Bank. That will be done one of 2 ways, either by agreement with BB&T. And I might note this trust is fairly carefully monitored by the court. And so there will be court orders entered that will change the trustee. The court orders also mandate the fees, and the fee that Independence Bank proposed is actually the current court-ordered fee, which perhaps BB&T was not following. So once we approach BB&T, see if they will agree. If they do not, then there's a fairly it's not very complicated statutory procedure to go to the court and say that the beneficiaries of the trust, which we're treating as the 4 school districts, desire a change of the trust, and the court considers that, and in my opinion will likely do so. So it's our very strong recommendation that you agree to this. I also note Independence Bank, part of their proposal is they will absorb all of the legal fees from at least this point forward involved with changing the trustee. That would be no expense to the board.
That's good. All right, thank you, Mr. Quisenberry. Now, you've strongly recommended. I guess I need to go to Mr. Pearl now.
I recommend we change our trustee from BB&T to Independence Bank with the proposal they have presented.
All right, thank you, Mr. Burrow. Have someone entertain a motion?
But can I just say too, one thing that I love about Independence Bank, and I'm not plugging them or anything else, but they're a locally owned bank. They give back so much to this community. They also sponsor big scholarship awards to this community. And I just think it's a win-win all the way around. Boom.
No, I agree with you.
I'm done with that.
Thank you. That was in my notes to say.
Yeah. I mean, I just think not just with our school system, but with everything in the county. I know Chris and Janet personally, I babysit Jacob. I mean, they're just, and Lauren, but I just think they give so much back to the community, and they give huge scholarships to this area. I just think it's a win-win for us all the way around. So I make the motion.
All right, Ms. Bumpus, thank you. Have a motion to approve the recommendation. Do I hear a second?
Second.
All right, Mr. Howard, thank you. Is there any more discussion? If not, everybody signify by saying yes, and you have to say your name, please.
Yes, Bumpus.
Yes.
Gunnerman.
All
Yes,
right,
McMahon.
Yes, Howard.
all right, and I'm also a yes, so 5-0. Thank you all very much. And thank you, Mr. Quisenberry.
Yes.
Thank you and David, both have done an excellent job.
You all done a good deed for the kids, I think, and now we'll see if we can finish it up.
Good, all right. Thank you very much, Mr. Quisenberry.
Thank you.
Mr. Chairman, unless you need me further, I think I'm going to sign off.
You've done your job. I appreciate it, sir.
Yes, thank you very much.
Thank you, Mr. Quisenberry. Appreciate your help.
Thank you all.
Thank you.
All right, the next item would be, let's see, consider approval of the COVID emergency days for 2020, 2021.
Yeah, this school year, what we, at the beginning of last year and this year, there was a federal, we had COVID emergency days for teachers. The quarantine get positive, but that ended December 31st. So anybody that gets quarantined now in the school system, we are the ones that are putting the teachers in front of the kids and there. And they get KDE, and the governor came out and said that the board members can now put their own COVID emergency days into the system. I don't know any district that's not doing this. One thing I will say that we have taken a bunch of different resolutions. I've talked to a bunch of different superintendent districts, and we collected them and kind of put, Shannon's kind of put this together where we incorporated what we thought was the best of all of them. I will tell you what I didn't want in there. I'm just going to go ahead and put that out there. Some districts were saying if you didn't get the vaccine, you don't get these days if you get COVID or if you get quarantine. I'm not into the playing politics right now. There's not many people doing that, but some of them are saying that in the districts. But right now, I don't think we need to make a person choose to get a vaccine or not. That's just maybe down the line, but not right now. I mean, I just don't think we need to do that but I do think we need to help our staff, because it doesn't, if you have a teacher that gets quarantined twice, they got to use 28 of their sick days. And we're putting them back when they come back in front of a teacher. So these are the things, the emergency COVID days is to give me the right to say, if I got a health department, there's documentation during this pandemic that a teacher test positive or a staff member test positive, not just teachers, it's all staff, or quarantine, and they can't work from home, I have the right to go ahead and give them some emergency days so they don't punish the teacher during the or a staff member, custodian, cook, bus driver during the pandemic.
That's a no-brainer to me.
Yes,
I agree.
I agree with Ms. Bumpus.
Okay.
Now, can I have a quick? I'm sorry, John. Go ahead.
No, go on. I'll bring up the rear.
I agree that we should not put whether or not they get a vaccine, because right now there's not enough data, and I think that if people have decided not to, we don't punish them for that. That's a personal choice. Mm-hmm. The second thing is, does this go back to January, the beginning of the school?
January 1.
Okay. 1. All right. That's all I wanted to know. Mm-hmm. Yes, I think I agree.
Okay. Do we need, have you had people that have basically had to be quarantined numerous times?
I'm trying to think.
Well, here's the deal. Do we need to put a number of days in this thing? 15 days, 20 days that they could use?
Well, most people, there's only like one district is putting numbers in it. I know Owensboro put 10, but it also says the superintendent give more. Give you an example, if I just myself, I tested positive COVID But also, and still, if I'm in contact with a person that is positive, then the health department is going to tell me I got to quarantine for 14 days. So it just because, you know, do we punish? How long do we keep? I mean, most people, as long as if during the pandemic, most districts, I've talked to every superintendent around here, they're like, we can't punish a person, in their opinion, for being told you can't go to work. I mean, that's.
I agree.
But aren't the teachers expected to do their job anyway, whether they're sick or not? Aren't most of them still getting on with their students and making videos and?
Most of the time, Ms. Gunnerman, but what we have is we have kids in school now. It was easy. It was easy when we were all virtual. They could still, most of them worked at home and we didn't even have to hardly use. With kids in the classroom now, we're having to get subs and they're making their lessons and the subs are doing a lot in the classrooms when they're not there. So there has been a time they've taken all this stuff that we used to be able to do it up to December 31st. Now they're making us make a decision to make them take the sick days, or we, as a board, approve COVID days where we can help teachers and staff out.
But we're not just talking about teachers. You got bus drivers that can't work from home. You got cooks that can't work from home. We've got, and this is my personal thought. We cannot punish people when they're told by the health department, you can't go to work. I mean, we can't punish people for that. When nobody's making a personal choice. Well, I'm just not going to work. It's different when you're self-quarantining, but when you are being told by the health department, you can't go to work, that's a total different story. I mean, this whole pandemic thing is pretty sucky in my opinion, but they can't help it when they're told by the health department.
There's a difference between self-quarantine. This would have to be, documentation has to be there. I mean, it's a true health department. You've been quarantined. You're a contact, or you're positive.
Exactly. And speaking from somebody who worked in a situation, I mean, I haven't been positive, and I've been around people who are. I mean, my whole facility everybody in my facility was positive for COVID. And I've been around them, but because I'm a nurse, I was not ever placed under quarantine. But I know the problems that the people that I worked with had. I mean, everybody in their family had to be quarantined, and what trouble that was getting workman's comp and all that mess. We don't punish. I mean, I don't think you punish people when they're being quarantined beyond their control, especially the people that work in the school system. It's our choice to put them in front of those kids. I just don't think we punish them for that.
And this goes through the end of the school year. If the pandemic's still going and we see that we're in the same boat, then it may have to come back unless the federal government gives, with the new administration and the president, we don't know if they're going to give us anything else. But this goes through the end of this school year for right now. If I need to bring it back to you as a board, if in other districts they've told us we need to do this, then I'll bring it back to you. For right now, this just goes through the end of the rest of the school year.
All right. Thank you. I believe most everyone's in favor, but guess we need to have well, you're recommending, aren't you, Mr. Burrow?
Yes, I'm recommending that we approve the COVID emergency days 2021, which gives me, they have to notify me in writing that they have been in, basically that they've been quarantined or tested, and they're requesting the days. And that gives me, I know because we have to, I have Deanna Sally that does her staff does a lot of the all the contact tracing, and we know which ones are actually done by the health department, which ones are just. There's nobody. We haven't had anybody try to abuse this situation. Our teachers or staff are going to work when they did, and I'm blessed to have our staff in this district. I've heard horror stories in other districts. I'm pleased with what our staff is doing. They're wanting to work. and they're not taking advantage of this. Which and so basically, this is something I would have to investigate and make sure everything's okay. Then I would approve the COVID days if they have the documentation.
All right, yes. All right, do we hear a motion?
I'll make the motion.
All right, Ms. McMahon, a second?
Second.
All right,
Second.
Ms. Gunnerman, thank you. No other discussion, all signify by saying yes.
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 Opposed?
Yes.
All righty. I think we got 5-0 on that.
Thank you.
All right. Thank you all. Thank you, Mr. Burrow. Let's see. That's basically it on this. It's, I guess we move over to our.
Well, there's one more. We have the OCR update on the discussion.
Oh, I'm sorry.
That
I
would
was
be.
looking at action.